I'm finally back! Yay! Whoop whoop! So today I'm going to be filming a favourites video. It's going to be a mixture of beauty and makeup products. I thought I'd start with the beauty products today though, just because there's only a couple of them and then we'll get straight on to the makeup. First product is this face mask. This is the True Self Organics Detoxifying Mask. Handmade, all natural, no bad stuff. It is so good. It's kind of really weird in a way though, just because when you open it, try not to spill it, it comes like this and then inside it is a powder. So what you do is you mix a little bit of the powder in with some water, maybe in like an old bowl or something. Then you put it on the face. Personally, I got a little bit of a tingle. I'm not sure if that was because I have really sensitive skin or not. My skin turned a little bit red, but oh my god, this cleared my skin up so much. So it's all natural, helps with acne, blemishes, pore minimizing and wrinkles. And I loved the fact that it was organic. It just makes me feel that I'm not putting any harsh chemicals on the skin, which I'm trying to stay clear of them because I have used some pretty bad products on my skin before. My poor skin. But anyway, this is a really good mask. If you don't like powders, I probably wouldn't recommend it. It can get a little bit messy, but it does turn into more of a clay when you mix it with the water as well. Next product I'm going to show are these. Oh my god, this is holy grail, the best teeth product for whitening I have ever used. So these are the Oral-B 3D white strips. Well, they're called white strips. There's 28 treatments in this one and it removes 10 years of stains. I know for a fact that it works. Like, it's worked on my teeth, but also people that I have given them to. What you do is you get one of the strips. This is a new box, so I'm not going to open it, but it comes in a little square pack, well, rectangle packet like this. You get one of the strips, put it on the front of your teeth, and then you kind of flick it underneath, and same with the bottom. Leave it on for half an hour and it turns into kind of like a jelly gel, molds against the teeth. I would definitely recommend making sure you floss beforehand though, just because when I first started using them I wasn't flossing right beforehand, so there must have been like a little bit of plaque, and I know it's disgusting, but you know, I am human. So it must have kind of missed that part of my tooth and it didn't go as white, which it kind of looked like maybe zebra teeth or something. So I would definitely recommend flossing right beforehand, not afterwards, not in the morning, right before, and yeah, you will get white teeth like this. So white, they are really, really good. And what I did was I used them every day for a couple of weeks and then just maybe twice a week after that. Only takes like 3 weeks and you can see such a difference. Onto the makeup now. Woo! So I've tried to leave it to the absolute favourites that I've had lately, so there's not a crazy amount. There's still quite a lot though. First thing that I'll start off with are these two palettes. They are sleek palettes and they are for blush. So I will open them up for you. Just a warning, one is super intense, but I like to use it for the eyes more than the blush. So these are them here. Woo! You can see they are so pigmented. I'll swatch a tiny part on my hand. That is just like a tiny swatch. So honestly, you need the tiniest amount you could ever think of. These are the two colours, so you can see this is one palette, this is another palette. You've got the more pinky purpley tones and the more coral tones. This one here is my absolute to die favourite. It is so stunning on. It's kind of like a nice rose gold. Then you've got the more kind of peachy pinky coral, the more orange coral, and then you've got the pinks and the purples down the bottom. I like to use this bottom palette here, the bright pinky purpley kind of shades like magentas, for the eyes, just because personally on myself they are kind of insane and just so pigmented, so it kind of picks up in a bad way on my skin because I'm so pale. As you can see, I am pretty pasty. So I'm loving this bottom palette for the eyes as a popper colour. Even if you're just smoking out the lower lash line, it looks stunning. And then this top palette I'm loving for the cheeks. For myself and for clients that I have for makeup, they're just so beautiful. I'm just gonna wipe off these swatches as we go so I have room for other swatches. Smart move for once. Okay, now going on to the lip products, I'm going to start with this one here. So this is kind of like a soft nude. It is the Rimmel London Apocalypse Lip Velvet in the shade Atomic Rose, I think it is. Really, really nice, slightly pale colour. If you're not into quite pale nudes, I probably wouldn't recommend this one. They did have a slightly darker shade, so I'd probably say go up to the next one. This is the colour there, so you can see it's like a really nice nude with a slight corally undertone. Yeah, like a corally apricot undertone. Super beautiful. It turns into kind of like a liquid lipstick. It does dry a little bit more on the lips, and I've found that they are so nice because they don't dry out the lips. Say for example like a matte lipstick. Really nice because it locks in a bit of moisture as well. Going on to the next two are these two Colourpop lippies. So beautiful. I love Colourpop. Oh my god, there is honestly no words for how amazing that brand is. They just have such good ideas for colour and the products. Like, the formula of these is beautiful. It's creamy but stays on a really long time. It's just so nice. So the first colour is nude, and this is called Lumiere, and this is a matte. Other colour is Creature, and it is also a matte. It's kind of like a purpley berry brown. So these are the two there. You can see that is seriously just one swatch, and that's it. That's how pigmented they are on the lips. So beautiful and creamy, but like I said, they last a really long time, and personally I find that they don't bleed at all as well. So what I find happens a lot with my lips, because they're blimmin' ginormous, is that colours will bleed out and it gets onto my skin, and then it gets in my moustache and my pores, and it's just not cool. So these are beautiful. I definitely recommend getting them, and they're so inexpensive and cheap. Like, seriously, so cheap. And especially in New Zealand, it's hard to come by good products that are cheap. So, love! Next lip product is this one by Chi Chi. It's another liquid lipstick. It says Creamy Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Man Eater. I love that name. That is so funny. They do come up with some pretty funky names for this brand. So this is the colour here, and they are amazing on the lips. Oh my god, I can't get over how, again, another really cheap product, but it's so pigmented and just intense, but not drying on the lips. Like, I absolutely hate drying lip products, so these are just so beautiful, and look at how intense that is. That is seriously insane. Like, can you see that? That is just crazy. Like, you would see me from a mile away. I'd be like, hey, it's just me. But that is so crazy. I still can't get over this. Even when I wear it, I'm like, look at the lips. And last but certainly not least, this LA Colors lipstick. I'll just swatch it on my hand. This is a little bit more softer. It's not as pigmented as the last couple because it is just a regular lipstick. Quite creamy on the lips. I definitely wouldn't say it's a matte at all. It's super creamy actually. But it's really nice for like a deep but soft colouring. So you can see that's one swatch. Still really pigmented, just not as intense as the last couple that we've tried. But it is really nice for just a chuck on everyday kind of colour, and this is in the shade Mystique Brown, I think it is. Really nice for work. I love wearing that colour for work. Just trying to clean my hand, but look, the joys of lipsticks, especially liquid ones, I'm like scrubbing and it's not coming off. Now going on to palettes, I'm going to show you this one. I'm pretty sure most people know the Chocolate Bar palette by Too Faced, but it is a holy grail product that you can never get over. These are the colours here if you haven't seen before. So you've got all the eyeshadows and then two highlighting colours as well. They are just so pigmented without being overly intense. Like, I will swatch one for you. Where can I put this? I'll put it here. That's the colour of the eyeshadow, and they are in between buttery and powdery. Like, some of them are a bit more buttery than other ones, but they are just so nice. Like, I use this palette on clients all the time. I use it on myself all the time. It's what I have on my eyes at the moment, and I've tried to keep it quite everyday smoky eye for today, but you can see that the colours, you can create anything with them. Like there's pinks, there's purples, there's browns, there's golds, there's champagnes. It's just an overall perfect palette because it's got so many different colours that you can create different looks with. Keeping with eyeshadows, I'm going to show you guys this one. It is a loose pigment by Bare Minerals and it is kind of everywhere, so I'm just going to slightly tilt it. This is the colour here and you can see it is the perfect mermaid aqua greeny blue, just goddess colour. Like this is the bomb.com. This is so stunning. It has a really beautiful shimmer through it, which I will swatch for you guys now. Like, can you see that? It's like an iridescent pearlized finish through it and it is stunning. When I first saw this I was like, I don't even care if I'm not going to wear it much. I have to have that colour. And I've used it on customers before and they've absolutely loved it as well. Like I said, it's the perfect mermaid colour. And this is in the shade Azure. I'm really bad with names, as I've told you guys a million times. But I'm going to say Azure. Azure. Okay, you get the drift. You know what I'm talking about. But just look for this one and you'll know what it is. Next product is this palette here. So this is the AC On Tour Australis Contouring and Highlighting Kit. This is in the medium complexion and these are the colours here. So you can see it's got a beautiful mixture. You've got a highlighting colour, you've got some bronzy tones. Personally, I like to use the medium colour for contouring, but you can get a really nice contoured finish with these darker shades, especially if you're medium to dark as well. But they are so pigmented, you only need the tiniest amount. Like I've been using this for so long and you can see how much product is left. So I definitely recommend it if you are on a tighter budget but you want a really good contour palette. This one here is the way to go. There is no words for this bronzer. This is like the perfect colour for me and this so cheap as well. So this is the Masterclass Sculpting, I don't know if you call it a duo or a palette, or this is it here. So I haven't really used the highlighting colour too much just because it's not pale enough to be super intense on me. So you can see that the bronzer I have used a ton. This is my daily go-to bronzing colour and this is, excuse me, just having a little bit of a hiccup slash rumble in the throat. This is the Master Sculpt shade medium dark number 2 contouring palette by Maybelline. There's no words, it's just super good for an everyday kind of bronze. I wouldn't recommend it if you like quite an intense colouring because it's not super intense, but it is perfect for a daily go-to bronzer. And hand in hand with that, I would recommend this Fit Me pressed powder. I was thinking, what is it called? This is by Maybelline again. I use the shade 120. I cannot open this at the moment because I already have 2 others open and I have no idea where I've put them. You know when you have so much makeup and then you misplace it and then it's the last place you look? I'm getting to that last place I look, I hope, because I don't know where I've put them, but I know I have 2 open somewhere. They are floating around and I just need to find them. But this one here is really nice because it's powdery without sitting on the skin powdery. Like it doesn't look like you've put powder on and it's sitting cakey on the skin. You can see I've got it on at the moment. Blends in really nicely, it's not too intense, but it is enough coverage to perfect imperfections. Like we're almost done! Okay, so we have this blush, which is the Milani Baked Blush, and this is in the shade Red Vino. So beautiful. You can see that it has like a kind of slight reddish brownish tone to it, but it does have gold shimmers through it. I'll swatch it so you can see how pigmented it is. And that is just one simple swatch. Again, I only use the tiniest amount because it is super pigmented and it is a little bit more of an intense colour, but it's super beautiful on because it does have that slight gold reef. And they are so cheap. 2 more products for the eyes. The first one are these MAC lashes in the number 36. You can see there that they are so beautiful. They're really fluttery without being too too natural kind of thing. Like, it does have slight bunching through parts of it. As you can see, it's a bit thicker in certain areas, so it gives you a slight dramatic effect without being super intense, like, hello, here are my lashes and that is it. So it's really nice for something in the middle, makes the eyes pop without being too crazy. And last but not least for the products is this Bobbi Brown liner. So you can see the colouring there, it's a really deep, rich chocolate brown. It's called Dark Chocolate Ink. It's a long wear gel eyeliner, and as it says, it is blimmin' long wearing. It's actually quite hard to get them off, especially for winged eyeliner. Super intense and pigmented. I don't want to swatch it on my hand because again, it doesn't come off. And the colour's really nice and rich without being as harsh as a black. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my beauty and makeup favourites for the moment. If there's any requested videos that you want me to do or any makeup looks, leave a comment down below and let me know. Also, if you want to, you can follow me on Snapchat at xxxheygorgeous. And then you can follow me at Twitter with the same name. There's Instagram and Facebook, which are heygorgeousxxx. So if you need to find me, I'm one or the other. X is before or X is after, but it does have it on my banner and it will have it below as well. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and I'll see you next time. Bye!